Hello, hello again. We are back for the finals of Łódź Legacy Trial number 5, and the winner of this final round will be qualified for the ELM
EML. ELM.
ELM event in Bologna.
It's almost like LMO.
It's a very difficult string of sounds to connect.
ELM. I would. So here we are.
So we are both placing our bets, our figurative bets on Infect, but let the best player win.
Well, you know, after all I've seen today, and considering all my experience in Magic the Gathering and in Legacy format, I would never expect that Infect would be here now today.
Unless we were really considering yesterday's results from the pre-trial and thought of it that was not a coincidence after all.
You know, yet on yesterday's tournament, most of the players knew each other, knew what more or less what to expect from other players.
We would have also known what to expect from Sylvester if we met him on our local tournament in Warsaw. And we'll expect exactly this, and we'll probably also expect him to go places with this deck, achieve something great, a dream he could fulfill today, right before our very eyes.
Oh, decisions.
Do you recall who's on the play in this game?
I have no dummy idea.
It seems to be Paweł Szostek because he was taking the decision of keeping first.
Delta,
Yeah,
Crack, Volk.
the best start from the Delver deck.
Truth be told, it is very good start, but from the other hell, from God.
You prefer to start with a ponder, land ponder?
You know, I'd prefer to just play fetch and maybe say go, because in case of Glistener Elf or anything, well, in case of Glistener Elf, you have more options.
You would want to have a play ready of drawing mana from your tropical island, for example. I mean, not tropical island, volcanic island, and dazing the elf, just to have enough mana to pay for the opponent's daze. I get that. Is there an...
As foretold.
Okay. It is the Glistener Elf. An attack from the 1/1 Dragon Rage Channeler.
Enough.
There's an Inkmoth Nexus, animated, boldly. And that's the first poison counter of this game. Brainstorming at end of turn.
Quick question: when do you prefer to play your brainstorms?
It depends on the deck I'm piloting, because oftentimes when playing decks like Storm, you play your brainstorm to find your combo pieces in your main phase. While control decks usually don't want to do that, unless you really want to find a land and hope to not be brainstorm locked. There was a draw from Mishra's bubble, a bit late, but let's assume it was declared in the upkeep. For example, Sylvester prefers to play his brainstorms as a combo player in the main phase. As we can see. Something strange happened.
Another Dragon Reach Channeler.
To me, it looked like he put all the cards right back as they were. Like drawing the 3, putting 2 back. Yeah, a classic brainstorm block. And a classic land from the top.
Happens.
It happens a lot to Paweł Szostak's opponents today, to be a bit constrained on mana.
Well, in fact, it's a deck that that's not really mana heavy. You don't have to have a lot of lands to be able to win.
Unless you really want to play around daisies and stuff like that. It can be very punishing to not be able to pay for it. Which should come to you naturally. There's a Murktide. Will Sylvester find an answer? He should try. Looks like a daze. Or maybe not.
Maybe not.
He's dazing with the mana drawn from the land beforehand.
And he countered a very potent threat.
That looked too easy to be real.
It's the third time this tropical island is played.
If you were Paweł, would you wait for this one turn to be able to pay for the days? Or
Yeah.
would you slam the Murktide like that?
Yeah.
Because maybe for some reason he thought that Sylvester is out of answers.
I'd rather wait that one turn and maybe play some cantrips in the meantime. Maybe try to make that Murktide a little bit bigger, because every point of damage in this matchup counts.
And the Dragon Age channels race even further from being delirious with this play pattern.
Yes.
But now Paweł leaves the cards on top from the trigger. He exiles a Force of Will. He puts a card into his hand from Iteration. Iteration goes to the graveyard. Notably, it's the only card in the graveyard right now. Sylvester goes down to 13. Finally a land from Sylvester. He opts to animate the Nexus. Placing bets. How much infect damage will be? It looks like at least 6.
Might be not.
That's my favorite creature type. Blink moth worm.
Damn.
Days.
That
Will there
was-
be a response? That was also kind of hasty from Sylvester because he was constrained on those points of mana, but will Pavel have any other responses? Nope. So 6 damage at least. Oh, a bit more. Sylvester
Enough.
takes game 1 of the
Enough.
finals with style.
That was
The Blinkmoth worm takes the cake, catches the worm.
I don't know what it was. Probably invigorate. I don't know what it was. My
It was invigorate.
my vision gets blurry.
It
I'm
was,
so tired.
it was an invigorated Blinkmoth worm.
Seems like a very powerful creature. Maybe even more powerful than the squirrel.
It takes only 3 of those worms to fight an Emrakul. Updating the score for you blindly because Kuba is losing his side slowly, but still could do that. That's the last ditch effort.
But I
here.
still see that it's off center.
We can do something about it.
It
Almost fits.
Good
Better-
enough.
But better than it
good
was.
enough.
But look at the axis now. If you can see it.
No, I don't.
Just pretend you don't.
No, I can't. I cannot. I will not.
You refuse to see the axis.
It is a May trigger.
Yes. Seeing is believing. So do you believe Sylvester can take this final game, final match, 2-0?
Yes, I'm a huge believer. I am an infect believer.
We should all switch to Infect the next tournament.
This would be fast.
It defeats Tommy Up's Echoes, defeats Delvers, defeats Death and Taxes.
Okay, go. Get yourself all infects. I will get myself sun cleansers.
A what?
Sun cleansers.
Oh. And maybe a Melira. Too.
And lava darts.
Okay, looks like a decent hand on Pavel's side. What about Sylvester? Those cards are more difficult for us to see on the right. But Sylvester waiting for Pavel's decision again. Pavel says he's cool, and let's see if he's cool enough.
Fast fetch. Fast fetch.
He knows exactly what to do now. Fetch, just disregard all the counter spells that the opponent might have this turn. You are all about the tempo.
Will it be?
What we came to
Listen,
love. Okay, a brainstorming response certainly makes sense.
I see. No, I cannot see voices. I hear.
Okay.
I hear.
Not yet. You are not yet seeing the voices.
No. I can hear the conversations in the background. They're finer than they're supposed to be.
Elf was blinded as well, was dazed, and now is the time for noble hierarch to take the cake.
Hug with stick.
Okay, another fetch. Sylvester representing something with the 1 mana open, potentially. Pavel apparently fond of his draw recently. Oh, just passing the turn.
Oh, these emotions.
He's playing it cool, but
Yeah,
sad is he
so dense.
must be a bit stressed out for the fact that he does not represent any clock yet on the battlefield. The infect player accumulating resources in the meantime.
Chill. Just chill.
Yeah, that's the way to play this game.
Just chilling.
Just casual 1 damage from Noble
or
Hierarch.
maybe it will be the hierarch beat down we were talking about earlier today.
I hope we see it in the final round at last. Let's brace yourselves for the hierarch beatdowns. Finally, threat on Pavel's side. Sylvester does not seem impressed by that. He's still attacking.
Yeah,
1-2 exalted hierarch.
It pretty much seems like the hierarch beat down.
Yeah, right now, if Delver does not transform for 16 more turns and nothing else changes, Sylvester is winning the race.
I'm terribly sorry.
You look a bit infected.
Maybe it's COVID.
Or the infect itself.
Well,
Infact.
I do not feel infected. I feel completed.
Oh, okay. That makes sense as well. You'll feel even more completed with some new set. All will be one.
It's just called character development.
Yeah, this set actually, I mean this set, this event is like all will be one, because we started from the mono green cloud post and we finished the Swiss round with mono green cloud post. This is the Phyrexian circle, and now it makes sense, makes even more sense for the infect to win. That would be so Phyrexian. Bolting the noble hierarch that is trying to, because the non-Phyrexian creature must not live.
Yeah, we will see a response.
Only responses.
It is the most interactive infect game I have seen in ages.
Okay, now wasting the tropical island. And Sylvester is still free to play his game of Noble Hierarch beatdowns. notably, saving this noble hierarch might have reduced the damage on Pavel's face by 4 points.
Right now, Sylvester is taking back Hierarch's stick and try to force in a baseball bat.
Just imagine him now playing another hierarch at this point.
Wow.
It would be racing those delvers all time long. I mean, they attack like sort of together with the exalted triggers accumulated. Oh, and invigorate. Now, that's a strange play pattern because the opponent is gaining life. So it's like 1 damage ahead, but if you backed it up with Berserk, that's an entirely different story. He's now backing it up with Vines of the Vastwood as a protection, means of protection against unholy heat. What will Pavel do about it? It's Vines without the kicker. Force of will. From a card. Okay, this whole exchange with the same number of cards on both sides. But Pavel seems to be the actual winner of that exchange in this context, for still having the creature on the battlefield. The creature getting ever stronger.
Blighted Agent.
Now that's the first appearance of Blighted Agent on this stream today. We cannot be sure if it's the last one. We'd see the rise of the Phyrexian Sun.
Unholy Hit.
To see it in its own heaven. Taking the bits, or maybe not. It's a Berserk. Once again, the trick. Forcing the
Best removal spells.
exchange, yeah. Life as a resource. The classic Berserk to the opponent's attacking creature to kill it. Brainstorm. It seems like Sylvester's situation here is a bit dire, I would say. What could possibly save our infect champion? What do you reckon?
I do not.
You do not reckon.
I do not reckon.
We are all dazed by that game.
And a Pyro.
And a Ponder with the elemental attached.
Will be a shuffle.
At that point, any cantrips from the top seem to
Change
be very
into
powerful.
1 damage, which will draw rapidly.
I didn't see clearly what he drew, but we'll get to know it soon enough.
Aim of Nexus.
might not be enough.
Might not, or it might be. It depends solely on
There are two cards
Sylvester
in
has.
Sylvester's hand now. We can assume those are not creatures, not lands, and neither are they counter spells, so there must be pump spells. Which two of the pump spells will get the job done now?
It's hard
Oh,
casted
hard-cast
force of will. Who would expect it?
Yeah. But now, with the Murktide ruling the air, Sylvester opts to concede.
We'll get to the third game, and the last game of the last match of today's tournament.
And hopefully it will be the greatest one on this tournament. Sylvester regretting the fact that he bet on the noble hierarch rather
was
than waiting
not,
for an
it
infect
was-
creature.
It was not. Well, it was not the time, not the right place, not the right time.
You never know what you can draw from the top. Like, you have to probably at some point play to your outs. But at that moment, Pavel didn't present as much of a threat on the battlefield. So maybe after this whole day of playing, the infect player got a little impatient.
Now the last shuffle.
You can say that for sure, because there also can be some mulligans.
I believe that it will be the last shuffle.
We have to believe. With Sylvester taking this game on the play, he stands a much stronger chance to win in a swift manner.
First and foremost, his first one drop will be a little bit safer and easier to protect.
That's right. That's why the case of being on the play matters so much in this matchup. Especially so that Pavel is mulliganing to find more answers.
Well, you know,
Pressure.
he's on the draw, so it's like the first mulligan was free.
Kinda,
Kinda.
yes. But considering the fact that Sylvester kept the 7, this hand may require a lot of effort from Pavel to stop. Okay, seems very good now. That's a decent hand. Hopefully you could see all the cards that we could while he was drawing. It's difficult to hope for a better
God.
6-hand card
Terribly sorry.
of cards. 6-card hand. Okay, only the fetch land from Sylvester, and only the fetch land backed up by Delver from Pavel Szostek. Cracking the fetch at end of turn,
I think that
or maybe in response.
there will be some responses.
There is a response, our favorite, the days. They both could cast days, 4 days. Brainstorm main phase, yet again. Putting back to cards. Sylvester second guessing.
Something has happened, surely.
Oh, he put back 2 cards, as he should.
That may be not how he was intending to do.
Okay, there's a way for Pavel to actually resolve, yes, exactly this spell, the technical one-off in tactical one-off in his list. Will it resolve? How do you think? You don't reckon, but do you think it will resolve? Okay, the pyromancer has indeed resolved. Now every force of will takes the form of an additional blocker for Pavel Szostak.
Or attacker.
Or attacker, when the time is right. Sylvester passing the turn. Looks suspicious. Ponder, creating an elemental on the trigger. Blue card that is at the bottom of the ponder pile.
I didn't notice. I'm sorry.
It's very difficult to spot it correctly from this angle.
I'm just losing focus.
Aren't we all
I
at
can
some
see
point?
that things happen.
They certainly do. That was a wasteland
And very
erected at the tropical island.
and very interesting things. It's a very slow play, considering that it's an infect deck.
Yeah, but Sylvester gladly kept this hand. We have seen very little density of threats from Sylvester in this game by now.
I find this game very interesting. And
Sylvester going for an agent.
Blighted Ancient, which resolves.
And there are no elementals that could ever block it. There's an attack with 2 elementals. And notably the pyromancer stands there at the back defending. He wouldn't want to trade the pyromancer itself for
Something happened.
the agent. What happened was the invigorate responding to
No, I mean something happened to the camera.
definitely. We can see the graveyards better now.
We can see graveyards.
There's a fluster storm as a response to the bolt, to the heat, and to the bolt. There were like 3 bolt responses. Did Pavel actually create the elementals, or did he not? Probably not.
Yes, he did.
All of them? Because there were like
I think
3
yes.
of spells, and the elemental is 1. Unless there is a die with 3 of them.
And I think now, after this exchange, Sylvester might feel a little bit choked.
That's right. But it was Okay,
And-
that's the
and that's
final
the still.
handshake.
That's the stone win while you are over.
If I'm correct, Sylvester had only one threat to present this game.
Yeah. So I think that's it for today. We have our winner, which is fortunately, unfortunately,
Fortunately for some, unfortunately for others.
Paweł Szostek, piloting your Delva.
Share your thoughts on what you think about the Delver deck winning yet again.
Remember to visit Legacy Academy on Facebook and on our site. Go get yourself something neat from Ultimate Guard, Magiczny Rynek, and Magic City.
And we are really grateful for you to have stayed with us and enjoying the games as we did live from Łódź, from
Thank
the
you
trial
ver-
number 5.
Thank you very much for being with us today, and we'll see you on the next trial.
In future coverage, yes, indeed. Hopefully.
Remember to stay hydrated, get some sleep, get some rest,
And the Yorkshire tea.
and a Yorkshire tea, and some biscuits. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you.